Welcome to the semifinals of the SCG Tour here in Orlando. Cedric Phillips, Craig Crumples in the booth. Nick Miller down in the feature match area. He'll be live tweeting your results as we're going to watch number 1 overall seed Jeff Hoogland do battle against number 5 overall seed Tom Ross, who, oddly enough, Jeff is number 1 in our SCG Tour Player of the Year race, and Tom is number 5.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? Both these players are going to lay out their opening hands. Jeff will be on the play, Tom on the draw, given the seeding. And as we did mention a little bit earlier, these players have played already this weekend. Jeff was able to defeat Tom. Tom able to rally back, make the top 8, and he's looking to get a little bit of revenge here.
And we saw in that matchup, Jeff kept kind of a questionable hand where he was leaning heavily on turn 4 Languish, and that wasn't able to get the job done. So I expect him to be a little more judicious with his mulligans, make sure he has some early interactions in order to combat Tom's fast starts.
Tom is going to be on the play here, and a lot of the time, White-Red Humans is a devastating deck in game number 1 because your deck is not really geared all the way to beat it.
Jeff's on the play here.
I know. I'm saying Tom typically on the play.
Oh,
but
yeah.
You can still get the job done on the draw.
Yes.
With humans. And you can overcome the fact game 1 that you're on the draw because decks aren't always tuned to beat humans so much in game 1. Jeff's got a lot of tools in the sideboarding game.
Yeah, I think the deck decisions that Jeff has made this weekend are just great for the format in general.
I like his deck.
Yeah.
I really do. Jeff going to take a look. Looks like he's going to keep and scry. Now, the card I think he's looking at right now, as far as the scry is concerned, is Linvala. I think he's going to leave it on top. Jeff will begin things with Canopy Vista. Semifinals underway here from Orlando.
Yeah, Jeff's got to have a lot of lands in his hand if he kept the Linvala on top of his deck.
For Tom, I know he's got a 1-drop. He always has a 1-drop. It's just which 1-drop does he have? Kithian. Yep, he kept Linvala, did Jeff. Sylvan Advocate. Let's go Tom's way.
Yeah, and when he leads out with turn 1 Kithian, it makes me wonder if he's got multiple Kithians in his hand. So he's okay with the first one dying because he's got another copy.
What I see is multiple lands. Yep, there's multiple 1-drops. Town Gossip Monger and a 3-win Inspector. Get a clue.
Yeah, the humans deck almost always wants to deploy Kithian second to protect it for that extra turn.
Here comes the Advocate. We'll get it for 2. Ultimate price. Jeff will have to take 1, sacrifice an Evolving Wild, dig land out of his deck. Let's go to Tom Ross. Anointer of Champions. Jeff's draw step last turn was actually a copy of Languish.
Pretty good.
Yes, it is.
Especially when he's got that 2-3 body on the board, forcing Tom to commit a little more.
The hand right now is Languish, Linvala, and Atlanta War Waste, I believe. There's always watching. The boss serving in. You'll get a transformation here of Town Gossip Monger into Incited Rabble. And Tom will be able to force a couple of points of damage through. So over to Jeff we go. Sylvan Advocate the draw. The question I have now is if Jeff does have that Black Source, which I believe is not our waste, is he willing to Languish on this board as he attacks for 2? He drew a copy of Sylvan Advocate, so he could say my Advocates can hold the board, but instead he's just not going to play anything. Interesting. Time to draw. One thing about Tom, he's always so careful to play around Languish.
Yep.
You've got an opponent on the mulligan, did nothing on turn 4. Looks a little weird.
Yes. But Jeff, having already mulliganed without a lot of options in his hand, he's trying to squeeze out everything he can from this Languish. Even if Tom doesn't deploy additional threats, that's giving Jeff more time to build up his lands to play the Linvala and get the game into the later stages where his deck really shines.
Yeah, and Linvala's a game ender.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Inside of Rabble's going to pump once. So Jeff's going to take 4 and fall down to 12. But if you're Tom, you know, the tricky thing about this is how long are you going to walk this tightrope? Now I like this, deploy another threat. Make it smart.
Yeah, you think you have to force the issue?
Here comes Sylvan Advocate. Yep, inside of Rabble says, what's up? All right, there's.
Yeah. I think everyone knew what was going on there.
Yeah. Jeff had to pay a life to cast it. He falls down to 11. And no 5th land for Jeff. So Tom will untap. He'll draw. And now will he deploy them all? Assuming he has a lot to deploy, of course.
Yeah, it looked like 3 little guys in his hand.
Always watching. Town Gossip Monger.
Okay.
To Jeff. We see the Advocate. He has another Languish in hand. 5th land there in Hissing Quagmire.
And it's funny because the right play might just be, Yep,
just Languish.
just Languish this 1-1 that's actually a 2-3, that's actually a 4-5.
Yeah, it's a lot more than that.
Yeah.
Tom going to start by cracking a clue. He'll draw a card. Knight of the White Orchid. Search.
These decks, the white decks just don't run out of gas like they used to.
It takes a while for him to run out of gas. There's an Anointer of Champions. Pass the turn back. All right, it's a big draw here for Jeff. 6th land is huge for him. He'll untap. He'll draw.
Looks like he got there.
Yeah, it looks like a Shambling Vent.
Oh.
It doesn't enter the battlefield untapped, but it's still pretty good because of the Advocate being a 4/5.
The Advocate's big. His creature lands will be big later in the game, and he will be able to deploy Linvala later.
Back to Tom Ross we go.
Yeah, this first striking knight is actually a big deal.
Yes, it is. Let's see what we have. Griff's Boon.
Ooh, real big deal.
Declaration in Stone. Give Jeff a clue. Get in. And pump.
I believe this is 9 points.
So 2 from the Knight, 1 from the Anointer, and then 2 from Always Watching is 5. And then the Anointer attacks for 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. It's 9, not 10. Now Jeff does have 2 white sources for the Linvala that are pain-free. So he'll play Linvala. He'll also get the token and get the life. So he's going to go up to 6. Now, can Tom overcome this? That's the question.
Well, the knight can just keep attacking because it's going to be a 5/5 first striker when it's pumped with the Anointer. So Jeff is in a chump block situation.
Yeah, Tom going to take a look at the board here and see how can he attack.
Oh, he's going to send both.
Yep. And so the Anointer can pump itself.
Yep. And he's okay with this trade. It puts the boon in the graveyard.
Yep.
And he can just rebuy it later.
Yeah. So the Anointer is like 1, and then 2 and 3 from Always Watching. Pump itself is 4, and then Griff's Boon power is 5.
Yep.
So Linvala and its token are down, and now there's another Anointer. And now will he use Griff's Boon now? He can rebuild the same board he just had. You see him already reaching for it. And it looks like he wants to put it on the Anointer. Pass that turn back over to Jeff. Jeff will draw. Does he have a 3rd Languish? Evolving Wilds. He's put up a heck of a fight this game.
He has, but he's going to need to peel all good cards for the rest of the game.
Yeah, for sure. Looks like it's going to be Ob Nixilis. Yes. That's obviously minusing. We're not plussing. It's just who we're minusing on. Anointer down. Griff's Boon bites the dust as well. Jeff's going to sacrifice Evolving Wilds. Tom has some very good draws here. Didn't get a great look at it.
Yeah, rebuying the boon.
Yep.
Brings Jeff down to 1.
Creature has Vigilance.
Now the Ob Nixilis can't even use its +1 ability anymore.
Just a dead Planeswalker right now, and there's a Thraven Inspector, brings a clue. Huge draw.
Yeah.
Is it Languish? Yeah. I think you drew a good card. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Soren. Jeff Hoogland's got some fight in him.
Yeah.
That's for sure. You said he had to draw all good cards.
Yep, he's going to -5 it here.
Kill.
Yep, I like this.
Yeah. Kill the Knights. Go up to 6. Can he activate Ob Nixilis?
He can if he wants to.
He's got the I think it's very risky.
He might be in a situation where he feels like everything needs to come up right anyway.
Okay.
And by not drawing a card, it's like giving Tom a whole additional turn anyway.
So Jeff's down to 5.
I think it's right to draw the card there, even though you're giving Tom some redraws to just kill you.
Tom's going to sacrifice the clue. Now Tom's in trouble. Last 2 draw steps from lands. So now he's got the option with Griff Spoon. But the Griff Spoon, I think he's got to go after Ob Nixilis now.
Sure. Keep his creature on the board.
Yep, because he can't attack for lethal. He can attack for 4, not 5. So Ob Nixilis down.
Yep.
So Jeff untaps.
Yeah, no panic in Jeff here. He's had his back against the wall the whole game, but really doing a good job of making a game out of this.
Soren's going to go up. Shambling vents the draw. Now Jeff's draw for the turn was Sylvan Advocate. So if he plays an Advocate, I believe he's got the ability to fire up a Shambling Vent.
Yep, he already has events on the board.
Yep, and come across here as a 4/5. And that 3-man Inspector is pretty big, but not big enough. So, can't kill a Shambling Vent. Draw. Tom has been 1 point short multiple turns.
Yeah.
Soren down. Dragon Hunter the play. Keep in mind that Dragon Hunter is a 4/3. Jeff will draw. Vents.
And this is what we've seen
So many times.
so many times.
Vents are 4/5s. Beatdowns. Advocate not coming.
Yeah, the Advocate's just too good pumping up these vents, so he doesn't want to trade it.
Keep in mind the 3-man Inspector's a 4/4. The vents are 4/5s.
Yep.
I'm curious to see if Tom has any interest in double blocks. With the thought process of I need to get these things off the battlefield.
Yeah, in my mind, with Jeff gaining so much life,
Okay.
you have to get rid of these vents.
All right. Vent down. Jeff gains 8. Tom will draw. Back to the boon. In for 5. Land. Say go.
And I think Jeff should have killed the other creature last turn.
I think he might just be attacking for lethal this turn. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is enough. I don't think there's anything Tom can have. What a win there by Jeff
That's-
Hoogland. Jeez, he wins game number 1 here over Tom Ross. Obs on seasons past. Feels like it stole one there from White Red
Yeah,
Humans.
wow. Like, just wow. The Linvala into Soren, into the Shambling vents to gain some life. Ob Nixilis just scraping by. Like, wow.
You said he had to have perfect draw steps.
Yeah.
He did.
And you know, Tom's deck didn't give him a threat for 1 or 2 turns.
Yep.
And then, whew.
Came up just a little bit short. Jeff Hogan wins that game over Tom Ross. Now we go to the sideboards. We'll start with Tom Ross and his 4 Needle Spires, 4 Reckless Bushwhackers. We know those are coming in. 2 Gideon Allies, Zendikar, 2 Stasis Snares, Secure the Waste, a Griff Spoon, and a Silk Wrap. Outside of the obvious 8, what else do you like?
Well, Gideon Ally of Zendikar is good because it diversifies the threats for Tom. It leaves him something on the board post-Anguish. So that's the card that I like a lot. And the Stasis Snares probably come in just because we've seen Jeff playing these Advocates to such great effect.
That was an insane game. Jeez, Advocate's so good in Jeff's deck.
Yes.
For Jeff, 3 Duress, 2 Den Protector, 2 Transgress the Mind, 2 Kalitas Trader of Get, 2 Landmold Pacifist, a Season's Past, an Ultimate Price, a Dragonlord Jamoka, and Infinite Obliteration. We saw Jeff win with Dragonlord Jamoka when Tom played him earlier.
Yep.
I have to imagine that's coming in, but what else do you like?
Definitely the Kalitas Trader of Get, that we see how important the lifelink is in this matchup. The Lambhole Pacifist and the Ultimate Price. Jeff has to make those plays on turn 2 that keep the pressure off of him. Lambhole Pacifist and a removal spell, those are the best ways to do it.
Well, you see the options there for both players. They'll sideboard their shelf up and get ready. What are they playing for? Well, quite a bit, folks, here. As they're in the top 4, so they're at least walking out here with $1,000 and 20 SCG points and invite to our next Invitational in New Jersey. But the winner of this thing gets $5,000, 30 SCG points, and invite to our next Invitational in New Jersey. Second place, not too bad, $2,000, 25 SCG points, and that invite to our New Jersey Invitational. So congratulations to our 4 competitors that are left, walking out of here with a pretty healthy chunk of cash.
Yeah, not a bad payday for a weekend's work.
Not at all. Let's learn more about both of these players. Jeff Hoagland's where we're going to start. What a win there for him. felt like he stole that game from Tom Ross, but he was able to get the job done. Stay-at-home dad with 2 awesome sons that are here along with the wife. I bet Disney World will be a little bit sweeter
Oh, yeah.
with a victory here this weekend for Jeff. It would be his first SCG Tour Open win, 14th Open win for Jeff right now, or 14th Open top 8,
Top
for
8.
Jeff this weekend.
Going for that first win.
Yeah, everyone wants to get the first one off the list.
Yep, maybe buy an extra souvenir in the park this weekend.
Yeah, another giant Mickey Mouse, I guess.
Yeah.
Who knows? For Tom Ross, well, winning, he does that a lot. He's got his back up against the wall right now. He's trying to go back-to-back, and losing that game is certainly going to make things pretty tough for the 32-year-old who currently resides in Roanoke, Virginia. He's got 12 Open top 8s. Let's make it 13 this weekend. 3 Open wins. He's trying to make it a 4th one, so he goes back-to-back. But after losing that game, I think things are going to be pretty hard for him.
Yeah, it's a tough road, but like we said earlier, he had picked up 3 losses in a row during the main event.
Yep.
Didn't rattle him, and I don't think this is going to rattle him either.
I think he'll stay tough.
Yeah.
But that's a tough game to lose.
Oh,
You got an opponent
so close.
Yeah, opponent mulligans to 6 on the play, of course. So that's still fine. But Jeff was able to draw the right cards at the right time to get himself out of that hairy situation.
Well, Andy made all the right plays.
Yes.
You know, he waited a turn with the languish. Seems like that was the right thing to do. You know, the way he positioned his planeswalkers, everything worked out well.
And what we keep seeing with him, the way that he takes over a game is he has the advocate out there and he fires up those creature lands.
Yeah.
And those things are 4/4s or 4/5s in the case of Shambling Vent. The lifelink plays a huge role in things.
Huge.
And you are making some sacrifices by adding a 3rd color, but you're also gaining a lot too.
Yep.
And as long as everything works out appropriately, you're doing okay. So he did okay that game, that's for sure. Now, when we do have an update for you on our backup match, we'll certainly let you know. And it looks like they're deep into the first game here is Brennan DeCandio and his opponent Dylan. Let me make sure I get his last name right.
David Bolenbach?
Thank you, David Bolenbach. I hate getting names wrong. So David Bolenbach playing Naya mid-range. I have a feeling we'll have some time to jump that way. But old ops on seasons past here from Jeff Hoogland. Rocking and rolling here.
Yeah, cut all the creatures, just playing good cards.
Yeah, Tracker's gone.
Yep.
He had that 2 weeks ago. Bolenbach does win game 1. So Naya mid-range up a game here over the white-blue aggro deck. I said a little bit earlier during the broadcast, I played against Bolenbach in Atlanta 2 weeks ago. Good deck. Seemed like a really skilled player, too.
Yeah. Well, and one of the benefits of going rogue is that your opponents just don't know the best ways to play against you.
Absolutely. Yeah, you get access to the deck list in the elimination rounds, but that's not a lot of information to process. Not a lot of time, to process that.
His deck had a lot of 2 ofs and 3 ofs, so it was a big mix of cards.
Ross will be on the play. He'll take a look at his opening hand. He's going to keep it, as will Jeff. It's a Town Gossip Monger to start. Shambling Vent there for Jeff. Let's go over to the boss. Does the boss have land 2? I see you. Yes, you do. 1-drop Mania.
And this is the start, right?
Yep.
Turn 1, the Gossip Monger, into turn 2, 2 more 1-drops, one of them being Kithian.
That's a whammy right there. Jeff's land enters the battlefield tap. Gossip Monger is now an Incited Rabble. Ross will draw. It's land number 3, and Jeff might be in some real trouble here.
Yeah, Jeff, we talked about this before, man.
You got to get started early.
Yeah.
Got to. Humans does not mess around.
Maybe he'll ask Tom if he can just have a turn off. hey, man, my land's coming to play tapped. Let's, you can draw an extra card. Just don't take the turn.
There's a Thais Lieutenant. Going to pump up the jam here.
Yeah, I don't think it's working out.
Here come the beatdowns. Let's see, 3-6-9. Jeff at 11. Transformation going to take place here on Kithian. It's now getting Battleforged.
Ugh. This is a beating.
It's not a beating.
and once again, turn 4 Languish.
That's a little slow here.
Going to be too slow.
Jeff picks up a copy of Hissing Quagmire, I believe. There's a Llanowar Waste.
It looks like he has an Anguish Unmaking in his hand.
That's not painful at all.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, I think, Jeff,
Yeah, he's just picking up his cards.
Jeff said, I'm all set. You wait.
Tom's still thinking about.
Jeff put his 3rd land.
He didn't play a spell that game.
I know. He looked at his anguish making. He's like, I'm going to kill Gideon.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take 200.
Yeah.
After I do
Let's
that.
see. I'm at 11 minus 3. I'm at 8, and I'm taking 45. Let's see. I'll be at negative. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. No spells played. Tom Ross wins.
Come on, Jeff.
We'll be going to game number 3 here in just a moment. So, you think Jeff needs to change anything?
I mean, I thought he learned his lesson from the earlier match.
I thought so. You're going to have to interact a little bit better than that, my friend. Mulligan. Take a mulligan. No sketchers against humans. You can't do it. You can't keep sketchy hands against them. They will kill you so fast.
One, I think being on the play, Tom might not have even gone for his slower, extra lands, reckless bushwhacker strategy. But now that he's on the draw again,
yeah, I think he goes towards
sideboarding changes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's why he's going back to the drawing board for sure. Jeff is ready to rock and roll. So
Jeff needs a quick drink, is what he needs.
Well, he's got a lot of time for that. A one-sided affair there, that's for sure. Jeff will be on the play for game 3. Very important for his deck, however. All kidding aside, as we get ready to talk about, I don't know. How about game night? Game night's fun. I like game night.
Game night is a blast.
I like otter spells. I think he's a sweet little otter here. Having a spell countered. That's available in June. We're about a little over halfway through the month, so not a lot of time left to get that pin and token. But in July, you got plenty of time to go ahead and get yourself Snipcaster Major, as you call it.
Krabby Caster Snapper, Major, Crustacean.
Yep. Pins and tokens there. And for August, Young Burrowmancer. Go to srcdgames.com/game night for more information. Thanks for making this a very successful program out there to everyone who's played in it, so we can bring you guys more cool, fun pins and tokens.
That donkey's parents are wondering if that donkey's involved in something he shouldn't be involved in.
I know.
He looks like a bad seed.
Shady donkey.
Yeah.
Whatever that donkey has to say, I don't believe. I know what's going on there.
Runs with a rough crowd.
Yes, absolutely. Jeff Hoogland, Tom Ross, game 3. Tom Ross trying to go back-to-back open wins here. Jeff Hoogland trying to play spoiler and get his own open win. Though, there are 2 other players left, and we're hoping we got time to jump that way. It's Brendan DeCandio, who's playing white-blue aggro, currently down a game against David Bolenbach, who is playing Naya mid-range. 2 of the more unique decks here this weekend have made top 8.
Well, hopefully they're playing nice and slow so that we have a chance to get over there and see some of that match.
Yeah, I agree. I think if players could play like past 8 o'clock, deep into the night, because nothing is going on at 8 o'clock tonight.
It is a Sunday night.
Yeah, like what would come on a Sunday night at 8 that I could possibly care about?
It doesn't matter. I mean, what would you rather be doing?
Again, you're right. You're always right.
A night of gaming? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you're right.
You don't sound very serious.
I couldn't be more serious. Why would I be watching the clock to see that it's 7:04?
I don't know why. That's my point.
I'm glad we're on the same page. That's important to me.
I think there's a communication breakdown here.
I believe Jeff is taking a mulligan.
There are words coming out of your mouth.
Uh-huh.
I don't think you mean what those words mean when you say them.
I don't know what they mean.
Okay.
I just don't know what they mean. Jeff taking a look here. No. I believe Jeff is going down to 5. It's not timely.
Yeah, this is not when you want to be taking these mulligans.
Nah, I don't ever want to take a mulligan.
Obviously, but you know, at the point in the tournament when he was 10-0-1, you can afford to take a couple mulligans.
You can stomach one then?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, Jeff going to go down to 5 here. It could be a miracle 5. I mean, that 6 panned out perfectly for me game 1. So
yeah,
really something there.
Well, and there's also the possibility that Tom just doesn't have the blazing fast start that he's had in the other games. You know, we said post-board he's probably bringing in some more lands, some planeswalkers, some bushwhackers, and he might just have a slower draw.
Yeah, he might slow down a touch because of the way that he sideboards.
Yeah.
And might be saying I can play a little bit of a slower game, you know.
Well, he certainly has less 1-drops in his deck after that because that's the only cards in his deck that he has to side out.
Yep. Jeff going to take a look at 5. It's got land. It's got to be good enough. Scry to the bottom. Let's do it. Shambling Vent to start. Here comes Tom. Picked up a Kithian. That's a Plains. This is a Dragon Hunter. Let's go to Jeff. Canopy, nope.
Maybe.
Evolving Wilds instead. There you go. Search for a basic, kick it over to the boss. The boss will draw Plains. Plains are fun. He's also got a Battlefield Forge in hand. Dragon Hunter in for 2. Jeff down to 18. The follow-up. Is it One Drop Mania? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kithian. Thraben Inspector, and a Clue.
Yeah, the redundancy in this deck. This is what's going to usually happen.
A Read the Bone strategy. Yikes.
Yikes, indeed.
Jeff down to 16.
Yeah, he probably has to put any non-language cards on the bottom of the deck.
Yeah. Not a great time to read that. I don't think you're going to like what you see, Jeff. Gideon Battleforge is what he read. It's, yikes.
Yeah, and I think he kept a Ruinous Path so that he can deal with it once it transforms.
Well, it's good to have an answer.
Oof, and this looks like an always watching.
Yep.
Which means Tom can get in more damage and be less exposed to language.
Yeah, it's an attack for 8. Jeff's at 8. Gideon Battleforged. Gonna pump up the jam, pump it up. And pass. And draw. Ruinous Path will take care of that. It's an unfortunate end to Jeff's tournament. I'd be very surprised if he wins this game.
Yeah.
But he's had a heck of a run.
Yeah, and all 3 games, Tom's just had the draw.
Yeah.
You know, and Jeff actually took one of those games off of him.
Yeah. The Humans deck is just so consistent. It's almost scary how consistent this deck is. Always watching. That's in for 4. That's 7. Put him to 1.
Yep.
I guess Languish is not there. Jeff's going to show the hand and extend the other one. Tom Ross going to win this match here over Jeff Hoogland. 2-1. The boss does it again. White Red Humans takes care of Obzon Seasons Past. And for Tom Ross, he is 1 win away from going back-to-back here this weekend.
Yeah, ain't no thing, right?
For him, I guess not.